Hello everybody. I'm hoping this works. I'm using YouTube's new stream dashboard thing and it's useless. I don't know why they feel the need to change things. Good morning everybody. Oh, great. I'm hoping this is all working. And I'm hoping you guys, this started with showing the start of the stream with the Bruffy logo. I don't know how it's working. I don't know, but the old method of live streaming on YouTube was so much better than what they have introduced now. Anyway, the plan today, it's going to be a quick stream. The reason I'm doing it on YouTube is because it's kind of a big deal considering what we do on this channel. But it's going to be about looking at because we've got the R88 has been released as well, so we're going to take a look at that. Where is it? There it is. So we got the two new cars. We're going to take a look at both of them. I won the PR4 from the wheel last week, but I haven't modded it up yet, so we're going to look at both of them, check out the races, give everything a go, check it all out. I'll give a bit of background on how things are working with all this kind of stuff as well, because there's certain nuances with these cars. There's going to be plenty more videos and testing to come. This live stream and subsequent video for those who are watching this afterwards is all it's basically all going to be about checking it all out and seeing what's been added and how things are changed. So I guess I'll buy the R88. So I've got it ready. Have it in my arena. Oh, of course I can't put it in the same. God damn it. So yeah, sorry I wasn't here. Demolition R with the $2 Australian super chat. Thank you. Hello there to yourself. Sorry I wasn't here sort of on time. I was at the vets again. New races are available to play in the open wheel race series. Okay, we will check that out. But I wanna just take a look at both of the cars first. Do a little car showcase.
Connors here. How can I help you, sir?
And then we'll check out the
which
races.
aircraft would you prefer?
But yeah, I was planning to do
safe travels.
a lot of editing yesterday of the latest MCEC video. I never got a chance to do any of that basically because our guinea pig GP1 Poppy had bloat basically, and it can be quite serious and it can cause them to go downhill quite quickly and die from it very easily. So yesterday was a bit of a bit of a nightmarish day. So we took her to the vets, and then pretty much all of last night we were doing things to try and help her. I had to go back to the vets first thing this morning, and it looks like things have improved. She's not out of the woods yet, but things have improved. So we're hopeful. I might get a call at some point during this as well because she's still there, which I might need to go take. But yeah, if videos are a little bit slow today or over the next few days, this is why. Because of Poppy. So we'll check out, since I imagine most people have probably got the PR4 already from the spin wheel. Let's check out the R88. So yeah, this is going to be sort of this is the stream that I would normally do on Twitch on a DLC day, and I'm doing it now, obviously because, like I said, it's a pretty major update, I guess. You know, open wheel vehicles in GTA, open wheel races in GTA. It's for what we do on this stream, it's pretty amazing. So what we do on these videos, I mean on this channel, I like that you keep your helmet on. It's always frustrated me that you never keep your helmet on in cars. It seems like they haven't done anything to the creator. Unknown Destiny with the £2 super chat. Thank you for the super chat. What's on Double Money and what's the podium car? The podium car is the Vagrant. I have no idea about Double Money. I've literally just got home from the vet and sat down at the PC and started streaming this. So if I'm a little bit slow on the uptake on things, that's why. Double Money is on the races. There you go, the open wheel races. And yeah, it's the Vagrant on the podium. So, and thank you, chat, for helping me. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit. All my focus has been on the guinea pig today and yesterday, so it's a little bit. You know, I'm doing the best that I can, but things might be a bit slow over the next few days. And thank you all for the well wishes as well. For 1.5 times on import export. There you go as well. So. Yeah, the PR4 is quicker than the R88. I mean, that is just there's no way that the R88 can be quicker based on the stats in the game, the handling files, all that kind of stuff. The R88 is the slower of the two. So if you've won it already, the PR4, you've got the quickest one. You don't necessarily need to go and buy the R88 unless races can be locked to one specific type. I don't know. Various, obviously, body modifications. This is kind of more like a late 70s F1 car. Super brakes, 34 grand, that'll set you back. Bumpers, no wing, low front wing 2, medium circuit championship. One thing to point out, both of you is about okay. All of the front and rear wings make a difference on these cars. And the general idea is the bigger the front wing, the more downforce you have on the front and the better front end grip. The bigger the rear wing, the more downforce you have on the rear and the more rear end grip. So having no wing on the front like this, you're not going to have much front end grip. You could also have a big wing on the front and a tiny wing on the back, and you get such a huge boost from your back end will have more of a chance of spinning out. But the smaller the wings that you have, yes, the less downforce you have for cornering speeds, but the higher top speed you'll get from the car as well. So the front wing and rear wing modifications actually make a difference on these cars. I'm going to be releasing a fact-finding video that's going to go in depth on it all and explain it in more detail. But just so you know, the front and rear wings do have an effect, and it's all about how much grip you're going to have front end to rear end. And the more grip that you put on the car, the more downforce you put on the car, the lower your top speed will be. Demolition R, thank you for the $2 again. Wing front rear off on actually affect the car. Love it. It does indeed. And if you obviously, the extreme version of this is removing the wings completely. If you knock them off, your top speed will be the highest it could be, but you won't be able to turn a corner. A Mephisto with the $5 streaming so early on your birthday. It's not my birthday, stop it, but thank you for the donation. So it seems like there's less modifications and liveries in general on the R88 than there are on the PR4. Obviously this is kind of the classic one, but it's black on black at the minute. It's interesting what they've done with this. Like, I would be more upbeat if you know things had gone better, but at the minute I feel very, very flat. But I want to check this out and see what it's like. So here are all the rear wings, obviously different sizes. a general rule is that the further down you go on the list, the more downforce you're going to be adding to the car. So the large rectangular wing, this big one on the back, is going to lower your top speed quite significantly, but make you able to corner much better. If you lose your wings, respawning doesn't fix, you have to pit. Oh, okay, now we were wondering about that. Let's just put on this wing. I don't think it's not like spoilers either, where you need to have a specific type to add traction. They all have a specific value, I think, that affects the level of drag. So you can keep the stock spoilers if you want, and it'll be fine. Don't quote me on that though. Again, I need to put a lot of time into understanding this before I upload a video. New wheels, obviously all the race wheels. Let's put some. It's so expensive. 70 spec. I never got a chance to check out tire design. Oh yeah, there you go. You can get different. It's not just custom tires or nothing. Yeah, I saw that, Hammer. I want to check that, double check that in the code though as well, in the handling files. So yeah, you can have different types of tire, of design at least. Obviously it's not going to make a difference to the performance. I guess we'll put bulletproof tires on. And that's it for the R88. Let's just put a random livery on for now. I guess I'll put a different front bumper on. So no wing is going to give no grip on the front, but a much higher top speed. Let's do low front wing. That'll do for now. So for a race, you probably want somewhere in the middle to reduce the effect on the top speed and enough wing to help you turn. Well, thing is, my theory, and again, there's a lot of testing that needs to be done. So please, be patient about the testing. I am going to be giving it lap time and top speed testing, but there's a lot of extra additional stuff that goes into it because of all these wing changes, changing everything. It's going to take some time to actually get something out, and like I say, I want to do a proper video that explains it all in detail as well, a fact-finding video. But again, it's not going to make that much of a difference in terms of knowing the lap timing or top speed in comparison to anything else, because you can only use these in open wheel races. But yeah, I am obviously going to be working on it. Dongukshin with the 2000, I don't even know what that is. W? It's a W with two lines in. What currency is that? That's the first time I've had that on a super chat. Any chance for F620 to be used during GFred? We've done that before. Not again. So I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the modifications for the PR4. I mean, most of you have probably won it last week. Alright, so front bumpers, there's a lot more. Maybe there isn't. So again, the further down you go, this legendary front wing, Korean 1, okay, thank you for the super chat. But yeah, this big front wing, obviously that means that you're gonna have a lot of grip on the front wheels, a lot of downforce on the front of the car. It'll turn better in the corners, but you're gonna be slower on the straights. And what I was going to say earlier was that I think, the low front wing actually has less of an effect than the stock front wing. So if you go to the first option, you'll actually have a higher top speed but less impact in the corners. So I'm going to put a low downforce package on the car. I'll just quickly show all the liveries. Again, I'm sure you've already all seen them, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'm going to put a low downforce package on the car. So basically the first option gives the lowest amount of downforce which should give the highest amount of top speed. My theory is that for the races, these cars corner so well that in most situations you're going to just want the top speed advantage that having a low downforce setup is. Yeah, of course, the different tracks are going to be different. But I feel like most of the time they just corner so well anyway that you don't need all the downforce, or at least a middle point. The airport track, for example, is so tight that max downforce will be the best. Okay, so there are some tracks. Alright, let's check out some of the races. We've checked out the cars. Let's check out some of the races. So I've heard if you go to online jobs, play job, Rockstar created. I don't see anything. Are they stunt races? Are they classed as... Oh, it's in regular races. Is it like open wheel dash, whatever the name is? Oh yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new open wheel races. They're all 16 players. What? Why? Okay. No GTA Mode 2. So I'm guessing that means it's... Again, it's always the thing. It's always about the implementation of stuff that they do when it comes to these sorts of things. So, yeah, they are... It's the Rockstar version of Formula 1. Is there one in Grapeseed? I want to do one in Grapeseed. Or Sandy Shores. It looks like there's a lot of city circuits. There's nothing in... Alright. Let's do this one. We can't have weather in normal stunt races, but weather is available in these. Okay, so weather is available in these. Alright, so this is it. This is where I'm interested to see. Race type, standard or non-contact. There's no GTA mode. But then do you need GTA mode if there's a pit lane? Number of laps, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so 25 is the maximum number of laps. I guess we'll do 10. Looks pretty... 1.85 miles. That's pretty short. That looks fairly complicated for such a short track. Open wheel, that's the class. That's the only thing you're able to use. That is a brand new class to the game. It's the first brand new class that's been added to the game ever. Catch-up is off by default. You can't even turn it on. Why is the option even there? Slipstream, we can turn that off. Time of day, and we do have weather back for these races. Yeah, there's no sort of arena war class. There's no special vehicle class. They're not a thing. This is actually the first brand new class in the game. Right, send invites to members and crew members and stuff. See if we can get some people in. So nothing, from what I'm seeing, from what people are saying in the chat, nothing has been added to the creator for these cars, right? No, there's no open wheel races mode available in the creator yet. That's how they normally do that sort of thing, though, to be fair. Normally they release their created version and then they put stuff in the creator. Just for reference, I'm also on a no downforce setup for the PR4. Okay. No GTA mode means no multi-class glitch. Is that true? Can you not just have someone look at the cars from their car. I can't remember. It's been so long since we did the multi-class glitch, actually. All right, so should we just go with these three? Is this all? Is this all the people that we have at the minute in the crew? Oh, there's another one. Oh, of course, you need GTA to spawn multiple cars and get out. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Now I remember. So yeah, again, the implementation of something that Rockstar have introduced is a little bit lacking already. A 1 minute 30-ish lap around here. Really? It's only 1.85 mile distance. I'm going to put it on 5 laps and we can always choose a new track or do something else. Yeah, these are expensive. Obviously, it's a Rockstar implementation of stuff. So we're seeing limitations already. So there's the tyre options. We've got hard, soft, or medium. I'm going to go softs. The harder the tyre is, the longer it'll last, but the slower it will be. Theoretically, I feel like there's never going to be a situation where you're not going to just want the hardest of the tyres available. You can choose the R88 as well. Like, you're always going to want the hardest tyre that will make you be able to get through the entire race. But we'll see. It might scale with the number of laps, possibly, so that you have to do a pit stop or something. I don't know. Depends what their implementation is. Okay, so I'm guessing. Wait, I thought I saw. Oh, lowest tire grip, vehicle health. Oh, they are tight. Metal barriers everywhere. Whoops. Okay, my front wing's gone. Oh, that struggled around there. Okay, so we do have a vehicle tyre wear indicator and a vehicle health indicator as well. These tracks are awful immediately. I'm gonna have to pit straight away. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the cares. Where is the cares boost? Are they not? Is cares not available in races? Just free roam. All right, let's check out the pit lane. Remain stationary to regain vehicle and tyre health. Okay. Oh, cares is enabled on lap 2. Okay. Nice. Excuse me. Okay, see, I can the grip in the corners, you can see it immediately. It's already so much better from now actually having a front wing. Look at how I'm able to go around that corner in comparison to how it was earlier when I lost the front wing. These tracks are awful. They're so bad. You can't see anything because it's just a sea of metal barriers everywhere. You can't see how the corner's gonna. I can't wait for this to be added to the creator, at least. I'm hoping it will be. 16 players as well. Why do they keep limiting it to 16 players? Transform races limited to 16 players. These are never going to get any play from us in big sessions because 16 players is too much of a limitation. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about Cares actually. The Cares is pretty powerful. So at least we do have a tyre wear indicator. It's interesting that there's a vehicle health indicator. I'm curious if they would ever put this sort of stuff in normal races. Because I feel like knowing... It's a pretty cool building prompt. Knowing your vehicle health in a race could be quite helpful. Like just any normal standard race, a stunt race or something. It would also be pretty cool to be able to have the ability to have tyre grip in regular races. They're not going to do anything like that though. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. The fact that like I'm on the lowest downforce setting. And the car turns so well, even with low downforce, that it feels like there's no need to have high downforce. Yes, some tracks might cater to it more, but in general, the cars already have so much grip that they don't really need any more, and you might as well have the extra top speed benefit instead. So it looks like soft tyres are easily going to last you 5 laps around here. I mean, I pitted on the first lap, so in 4 laps I've done, I've only lost half of my health on my tyres. And that's also another consideration. You just want to use the tyres that are going to last you through the race. I don't think there's enough of a difference in performance in the tyres to make any kind of, you know, distinction. It's the same with the grip levels from downforce and no downforce. You might as well just have the tyres that mean you don't need to do a pit stop, because the amount of time that you're gonna spend making a pit stop to heal your tyres, it make, you know, you might as well, you're not gonna be able to make up the time that you would lose in the pit stop from having quicker tyres. So the soft tyres are meant to be quicker, the mediums are meant to be middle level of quickness, and then the hards are meant to be the slowest but last the longest. It's not going to make that much of a difference. The pace isn't worth it. Like the pace difference, you just go for whatever the lowest amount of tyre is that will get you through the entire race. Say that was 10 laps, you should just choose medium tyres. Medium tyres get you through the entire race, and you don't need to worry about it. All the dislikes. Let's try a different one then. You know, there's no point. You're going to lose, say, 20 seconds, 10 seconds by coming into the pits and repairing your soft tyres. You're not going to make up 20 seconds by using softs over mediums, for example. I mean, let's do 5 laps on each. Just to try out some of the tracks, I think is important right now, just to see what they're all like. Just like my scumbag mug. Yeah, that's the thing. If you've got a 5-lap race, the soft tyres will make it through the entire race, so you might as well just use the softs. If you've got a 10-lap race, the soft tyres aren't going to make it, but the mediums will. So you might as well use the mediums. If you're doing like a 25 lap race, the soft and the medium tyres aren't going to make it all the way through the race, but if the hards do, you just choose the hard tyres. And then you don't need to worry about it. You don't make a pit stop, you make up more time from not making a pit stop, and you're good. I think the most important thing is that this comes to the creator in some way that it's useful. But the main problem for us in the racing community, and you know, anyone who races on my streams or anything, is if they are if there are only 16 players when we get them in the creator as well. Because in that case, we're never going to use them. So you find these races by going to GT Online, Jobs, Play Job, Rockstar Created. And there's the pit lane on the right. I like those garages. Those garage props are pretty good. Oh, there goes my rear wing. Rip. Oh, this is going to be a challenge. That is another consideration, that the chance of getting damage is quite high in these races, so... but yeah, these races are in the racers mode. They're not stunt races, they're just regular races, which means you can have weather. And they're all listed as open wheel dash, then the name of the race, so you just scroll down to O in the races section. You can already see how much slower I am right now. And there you go, that's exactly what happens when you don't have a rear wing. The chance of you, the rear, that's what happens when you don't have rear end downforce. So this is an extreme example of what happens when you have less downforce by having a smaller rear wing. So I'm gonna have to pit. So yeah, if you lose your front wing, you'll have trouble getting around the corners quickly. If you lose your rear wing, I mean, you're going to have trouble getting around the corners quickly there as well, but you're also going to have an increased chance of spinning out, basically, because you've got no rear end grip, essentially. I wish there was an option in the lobby to disable cares. The main problem with doing all of this, you know, implementing different front and rear wings that change the downforce and balance on the front and the rear of the car. The main problem with Rockstar doing that is that if they're not going to implement it in such a way that people are actually going to use it, then what's the point? It's always been the thing with Rockstar's, the implementation of stuff is where they falter. Is that the R88? Is that stock R88? Flaming said he couldn't choose his custom car. The Cares boost, by the way, it only regenerates under braking and being off the throttle. So there, I regenerated some there, for example. It's amazing though. I've got to say, never expected I would be doing a stream on an update day for GTA, where we've got GTA racers with open wheel cars with tyre wear and different wings that change the downforce levels on the car. Like, that's just not something that, from the 7 years of creating racing content about this game, that's just not something I ever imagined would happen. Everybody's getting new world records because the game isn't registering previously set world records. This track is at least a bit better than the previous one. I mean, all the metal barriers and stuff are horrible, but it's a little bit better because it's at least using roads, so you can kind of get an idea of where you're going. Completely created stunt tracks are no good. Yeah, I definitely don't think you need high downforce setup on most of the tracks. Yeah, maybe there's going to be some, but in general, the cars turn so well. Just put a low downforce setup on and have the extra top speed. Lost his rear wing. The KERS becomes quite ineffective at certain points. Once you get to grips with the track and you're taking corners relatively quickly, you're not off the throttle that much, they're gonna crash. Hey! 2 last gasp overtakes for the win. That was a bit more fun. I think that track worked a lot better than the first track. Like, I suppose that's always the thing. Thanks for all the GGs in the chat. Luke Flago with the $5 Australian super chat. What up, bro? Finally caught a stream after many years. Sub, love your work, dude. Have helped from before we had first person. Oh, thank you from Oz. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And Explode with the 190. Greetings from New Zealand. I finally made it to a live stream instead of watching it on YouTube as a video. Keep up the excellent work. Thank you, guys. Alright, is this the airport track that is going to be... Oh no, that one might be the airport track. I don't know, we'll just see. But yeah, some of the... Like, that was a big difference in terms of the track to from the first track that we did to this one. That was a big difference. Like, that one was much more interesting than the first one. Let's just keep trying out the different tracks that they've created for this game mode. It still wasn't good, of course. It wouldn't do very well as a community verified track. I don't think any of these tracks would get community verified because of all the metal barriers and nonsense, but... Yeah, the R88, when we tried it doing some early early testing of the cars, the R88 felt more interesting to drive. I'll use an R88 in this one. If anyone has it, you can use it as well. Would the tracks be verified had the metal barriers all been replaced? I don't know, that last track, I think the layout was pretty good actually. I don't know about the multiple chicanes, that wasn't really that great, but the rest of the layout wasn't too bad. They're too short, obviously, for, like, you probably want to look at 1 minute 30 to 2 minutes for a track. But there's so many, the thing is, there's so many great tracks already in existence. They need to just, I'll do rain on the next track. They need to just release these in the creator and allow people to make their own tracks that they already exist from the from people's creations, because people are so much better in the creator than, let's be honest, Rockstar, huh? They need to just let people make their own stuff with these, because the Rockstar implementation is always going to be worse than what the community can do. But please, for the love of God, don't leave them 16 players. They're going to make them 16 players, like Transform races, and then they're going to be useless. You'll need high downforce in the rain. That's a good point, actually. A few people, that seems to be a bug. Flaming had that the last race. You can't use your custom car sometimes. I kind of like that Curse only comes on for lap 2, but I would also like the ability to just not have it at all. This actually is a wet track. Supposedly tyre wear is actually worse in the rain as well on a wet track. And there you can see how the PR4 is better than the R88. It can just turn better, basically. I'm surprised that they don't have some R88 only races, because there's pretty much no point to the R88's existence from a, if you're just wanting to do these races perspective. You don't need to buy it because it's just slower. Oh, that's a crash. At least they've gotten the idea that they do need some tight corners to make these cars be worth, like, possible and fun to drive. If you didn't have these tight hairpins. I mean, yeah, I suppose the R88 is cheaper, but if you're spending 3.1 million on a Formula 1 car, you might as well spend an extra 400k and get the one that's actually going to be the quickest. And there's one of the problems with the curves on these vehicles, that you, in general, you're not going to get to use it that much because you're taking the corners so quickly that you don't regenerate the curves quickly enough to get any use out of it. Obviously in hairpins, yes, like here. But in most situations, it's interesting. It's such a shame that they've limited it to 16 players. And I know it's going to be 16 player limited when they release it in the creator as well. R88 is definitely the older one. It still has a digital speedo. Digital speedos are correct, by the way, for those who obviously in-game speedos in any normal car, just like dials, are no good. They don't give an accurate representation of speed, but digital speedos do. I think these cars at the low downforce setup top out at around like 115, 120, something like that. Without KERS. With KERS, obviously you see an increase. 150, 160. Oh, you gotta be careful. A lot of the time, KERS is more effective in accelerating out of corners. But I feel like with these cars, they gain so much top speed that it might be better to use them once you've already picked up a bit of speed. Again, there's so many nuances with obviously the races and stuff like that. It's impossible to say. And again, I've got a lot of testing to do. I don't quite know exactly how I'm going to do it all. Here we go. Now we're talking. KERS into the lead, into third. Basically use the KERS as a makeshift DRS. Yeah, pretty much like what I just did there. I saved the KERS until the very end. And it gives you so much of a top speed advantage rather than using it from acceleration, because the acceleration on these cars is pretty good anyway. I think you gain more from using it at top speed. But yeah, I think you should be able to disable KERS in the creator. When this gets released to the creator, there is an option to disable all those extra boosts in tracks already. Not a bad lap from the R88, I suppose. Only 1.1 second off. There's not that much to choose between them, to be fair. What haven't we done yet? Height of Society. Alright, let's put weather on rain. Okay, let's leave it on 10 laps and see what happens with tyre wear. Can we have... I wanna test something out. Everybody in this lobby choose soft tyres. And I'm gonna choose mediums. And I want to see how it works out with the rain as well, when people have to pit, when I have to pit, and if it's just worthwhile, like I suggested, just having the hardest tyres at all times. When the tyres completely wear out, they basically lose grip entirely, and it makes it very easy to spin the rear around, and then they pop completely. And it seems like respawning doesn't fix that. Dexter DXter with the 229. For top speed testing, will you use different wings? That's what I was going to say actually. For the testing, I'm probably going to do a high downforce setup and a low downforce setup. Medium. Because there's also the different tyre types to test, but again, the pace difference between them, you might save 1/10 of a second over a lap by having soft tyres, but most of the time you just go for the mediums or the hards, depending on how many laps are in a race, obviously. But yeah, I'll probably do a high downforce and a low downforce setup. The soft tyres really don't have way more grip. then the difference between them isn't that much at all. But again, hard tyres will last the longest, soft tyres will be the grippiest. But from what we've been seeing, that the difference in grip levels is minuscule. The cars have so much grip anyway. There's a split section, okay. I like how the guy moves around in the cockpit. It's pretty good. So supposedly tyre wear is worse in the rain as well, like I said. But yeah, for the testing, I'll finally get this thought out. I'll probably do a high downforce setup and a low downforce setup, unless on around my testing track, I'm just getting a lap time for them. Frankly, it doesn't matter so much. I'm just getting a representative lap time so you can see how much quicker these things are in comparison to you know, a regular the best supercars, how much quicker they are than a Krieger, for example. It's more of an example of that rather than having much use, because there's so many different nuances in setup and curves and all that kind of stuff. I will do the testing obviously, but it might be the case that I'll find that there's barely any difference from having a high downforce setup to a low downforce setup when it comes to lap time. Because if you can take all the corners on my testing track apart from the hairpin at full speed, regardless of whether you've got high downforce or low downforce, then there's no point in the high downforce stuff. You know, you're already taking the corner at the maximum speed you can. And the same, obviously, then you might as well just have the low downforce setup to get the extra top speed boost that will give you. And then I might find that there's maybe 0.2 of a second difference between the soft tyres and the medium tyres. So then you're just always going to choose the medium tyres for say a 10-lap race where the softs are going to deplete. You're always going to choose the hardest tyre available if the pace difference has to be a good 1 or 2 or 3 seconds per lap every minute for it to actually make a difference. Like, for you to just not want to choose the hardest tyre available, to not do a pit stop, because you lose so much more time pitting. And again, I'll test with and without curves as well, because I imagine when these come to the creator, a lot of people are just going to disable curves anyway. Someone's pitted already. See, everybody in this race is on soft tyres. At least that's what I instructed people to be on. I'm on mediums, and I'm catching up. They're not really pulling away from me. It has to be a much bigger difference to warrant using a softer tyre. Tyre grip's getting quite far down though. That's what I said in the rain. It might be that the soft tyres have to pit twice in this race. Medium tyres have to pit once. And it would have been best to use the hard tyres in this race. I'm not using cares enough. I keep forgetting about it. testing won't be this week, right? You can't use this on your test track yet. I mean, I think I can with modded jobs and using a multi-class glitch to bring it in. But I don't know quite how the physics will work with that. Whether there's certain nuances with these open wheel races. With, you know, for example, all the downforce changes from the wings. They might only have an effect in the open wheel race type. I don't know. So I don't know quite how to test these for the best. I'll look into it. I mean, like I said, it's going to take a bit of time to get to grips with these cars and figure out what the best is, what the best things to do are, how to test in the most effective way, what all the different nuances mean as well, with regards to the different downforce levels and tyres and things. So, for those who always ask about when are you testing the F1 cars, I don't know. I don't have an answer. The only thing I can say is that the PR4 is quicker than the R88, so if you're going to be doing these open wheel races, just stick with the PR4. If anything, I might even make a fact-finding video about how the downforce things differ and the wings change the downforce and speed of the car before I actually get a testing video up, because I think that's more important probably, but I don't know it right now. So if Flaming in the lead is actually in the soft tyres, that means they've lasted more than halfway into the race. He might not have chosen softs, he might have chosen mediums, I don't know. But I think me on the mediums, I think I'm going to have to pit. We're only just halfway into the race. And my tyre wear is more than halfway down, so even using the medium tyres, I'm going to have to pit. So hards would have been the right choice for this track in these conditions, in the rain. I think I was reading or seeing that rain will deplete tyre wear at about a 2 times rate. So your tyre wear depletes at basically twice as quick. But yeah, Flaming hasn't had to pit. Unless he pitted earlier already. This is the thing with KERS. I used the KERS on the straight there, and I'm not going to get any more to use until... you can only really use KERS twice around this lap. Who made this race? Rockstar. These are all Rockstar created races found in the races area of the jobs menu. Probably do a squirt of KERS there and then regenerate a little bit. Right, so Flaming has come in for a pit stop. Managed to come out ahead as well. He must be using mediums, because I'm going to have to pit. I wasn't keeping an eye on the time, but he lost maybe, what, 4 or 5 seconds? Like, you're not going to make that up in a stint from just having softs to mediums. They're not that much quicker. So many checkpoints that are so unnecessary. Oh no! Oh, my tyres have lost grip. There it is. So that's what happens when your tyres lose grip, when you get so far down. Yeah, I've lost grip now. So you don't want to leave the tyre grip indicator too long, because even if you oh, I see. You got to actually take some time to regenerate it. Yeah, if you leave it too long, even though it's not fully... I'm guessing when the tyre grip is fully depleted, the indicator, I mean, that's when they pop. So you lose grip before they actually pop. The tyres don't lose grip the more you use them. The grip levels remain the same all the way through. It's basically just it's just like a cliff. They're either working or they're not working. So there's no strategy involved in having an earlier pit stop to get better grip back or something. Like, it's not a thing. Oh, yep, he's lost his tyres too. And now his rear wing. Two laps to go. So yeah, I think hard tyres would have been the choice for this race. Even the mediums had to pit. I'm guessing the softs have had to pit twice. The hards would have been the way to go. Again, stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to be doing a lot more testing, a lot more, obviously, like I said, there's going to be a fact-finding video specifically talking about these cars, how they work, all the various nuances with them. That's all going to come in its own video as well. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, notifications, all that kind of stuff. Same goes for the testing videos. I think we've pretty much covered everything that there is to cover right now, though. With it not being in the creator, there's not an awful lot left. Left to talk about. This is what we've got. Rockstar created open wheel races. I really haven't noticed. I've been running basically the lowest downforce setting on this car. So I have basically the least grip in the corners and the highest top speed possible. And I've not felt like I've needed any more grip. I really think low downforce settings are the way to go. Same with the tires. It's exactly the same with the tires. Yes, you might be a tenth of a second quicker on a lap than with soft tires over hards, but you just want to choose the hard tires that will get you through the entire race. The cars have so much grip. I was on softs. Did you make 2 pit stops, Flaming? Did you only do 1? Only one? Hards wouldn't necessarily be better if they still need a pit at some point. Well, that's what I've been saying. I've been saying that you're going to choose the tyres that will last you through the race. Hards are going to be better. I've been saying hards would be better if they can last you through the race when the softs can't. Softs were virtually wearing the same pace as your mediums. Did I definitely get mediums? Can someone scroll back on the stream to the start of this race? I definitely chose mediums, right? All the skill gap here is just Kerr's usage, pretty much. You can cancel the boost by letting off the throttle. You can also cancel the boost by just pressing the button again. Yeah, I chose mediums. Okay, so that's interesting. I wonder if the rain had an effect on that. Less downforce, more tyre wear. But I'm pretty sure Flaming said earlier that his PR4 is also set up for maximum downforce. The minimum downforce, sorry, not maximum. Yeah, sorry, super chats. Lukey Boy with the £2 super chat. You're the reason my depression slowly fades away. In a nutshell, I've been watching you for ages and you really help me when I feel down. Aw. Well, thank you, Lukey Boy. I'm glad. Yeah, so Flaming has minimal downforce as well, so it's not, downforce doesn't seem to affect tyre wear. And Lukey Boy with the £1 super chat after that as well. Thank you. Thank you guys for the super chats. Alright, I'm going to do 10 laps again. But let's have normal conditions. But this time everybody choose softs again. And I'm going to choose mediums. And we'll see if there's a difference there as well. Maybe the rain has an effect. Maybe the rain just blankets and makes all tyre wear the same. Should we get someone on hards as well? I don't think hards are going to be necessary. Alright, Flaming, you choose hards because you're the quickest person in here. And it will further show my point that the pace difference, if you do well and win the race or are on pace with the hards, it's probably going to show that there's not that much pace difference between the tyres. Classic with the 20 Danish kroner times for the F1 cars tomorrow? No chance. I don't know. No, definitely not. I was going to say I don't know, maybe, but no. Especially as I've got the vets calling me right now. So I'll be right back. Nobody go at the start. Nyong. Okay, sorry. I'm back. Everybody go at 2:45. Does the chat box still work? Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Is everything okay with GP1? I couldn't even. I didn't even get an answer, honestly. They called. The call cut off. Oops. So I called them back, but then she wasn't there, so she's calling me back later. We're basically more optimistic about Guinea Pig 1, GP1, Poppy at the moment after this morning. She'd improved a lot from the things that we did yesterday, but she's still not right, obviously. So it's not perfect, and that's why I'm saying we're probably not going to get as much testing done straight away for these cars and things like that, because I have a guinea pig to think about. Not very well, guinea pig. Oops. This track is horrible. Metal barriers just placed haphazardly around the track, feeling so claustrophobic. It's alright when it's on the roads because at least you've got something to follow, but these buildings are really nice though. I can't wait for these to be in the creator. What setup has the most downforce? Basically the biggest wings. The further down you go on the list and the bigger the front and rear wing is, the more downforce you'll have on the car. Which means lower top speeds but higher cornering speeds. But like I've been saying, the cornering speeds are so high anyway that it kind of takes a track like this where there's so much cornering to make high downforce even worthwhile. It is basically going to be all about KERS usage, that's what it is. But that doesn't really make for great racing, I don't think. Oh no! The PR4 is the better car, yes. Yeah, all these buildings, the pit garages and stuff like that, hopefully they're going to be usable in regular races as well. people will be able to make their tracks look really nice. So far these... There's been some... I suppose it's a very hit or miss with the Rockstar tracks. Oh my god. Some of them are okay, and you can kind of deal. Some of them are just horrible, and it's normally the ones that have big custom created sections, because... Alright, I'm gonna do like as if it was a content creator stream. The problem with tracks like this is that there's no distinguishing features. It's all just the same barrier all the way along, so you can't tell what kind of corner's coming up or anything like that. It all just looks the same. Any track that's entirely made of custom stunt road pieces or metal barriers that are all the same like this, just bad tracks. And that's why I was saying, at least with the roads, you have the roads to follow. We really it can't come soon enough, the ability to make F1 open wheel races from in the creator, so that the community can actually create proper tracks. I find when I'm having difficulties with the open wheel cars, going first person actually helps. Gives a better sense of where you're at. I wonder if anybody's had to pit. It's made no difference because I've been right at the back because I've had so many crashes. Vagrant is on the podium this week to preempt that super chat that's going to pop up on the screen. See, there's the difference in the using cares early and using it late. Oh, he did the cares boost in the middle of that. That wasn't a good idea. I've had so many crashes, I'm about to get lapped. There's another one. Still got all my wings. I'm gonna DNF, I guess. This track is so bad. The reason that I'm able to catch up even with my low downforce setup is because this guy in front looks like he's lost his front wing, so he can't turn anywhere near as effectively. Thank you, Philip, for the 25 Swedish krona super chat. And Explode with the $1 whilst I wasn't here, cheer for the win. Yeah, the tracks leave a lot to be desired, but what did we expect, really? Softs had to pit once. Okay, so there you go. Soft tyres had to pit once, but Flaming Gun was only 0.3 of a second off the best lap in the hard tyres than what Smash Crash did in the soft tyres. I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's the difference. I didn't have to pit with softs. Yeah, we'll do that, Obst, to finish the stream. Join this modded job. I'm pretty sure car damage causes tire wear. That could be a thing. So far, I'll be honest, it seems like there's when although I had a lot of damage, I suppose. So maybe that's why my tire wear was lower than what it would have been if I didn't get caught up in crashes. Possibly. One single pit doesn't equal 3 seconds per lap when there's 10 laps. I didn't say 3. It's not 3 seconds. It's 0.3 seconds. So 10 laps would be 3 seconds. And one pit is about 4 or 5 seconds, if not more, when you slow down and get back up to speed. Wasn't a 3 second difference per lap. It was 0.3. Hey Con with the 22 Norwegian Krona super chat. Please do an F1 car G, Fred. Well, I mean, we'll try. Just join off Flaming, okay. We'll try and do an F1 car G, Fred, but we have to wait until the cars are available. I'd have to create G-Fred again specifically. But then if it's only going to be 16 players, even if it's in the creator, what's the point? So this, I haven't played it, but this is a track from PC, Ginger Travis. This has been available for quite a while, ever since the DLC came out. Not on PS4, I don't think, but it has been available on PC for a while. But yeah, this is an example of what it could be, I suppose. 30 players. It's basically, it was modded on PC. It's a proper track. It was modded on PC to be made into an open wheel race, and then ported over to PS4. You can't do this right now under normal circumstances. We're assuming the open wheel races will come to the creator, but they're not there right now. And if they do come to the creator, are they going to allow 30 players, or are they just going to be locked to 16 like Transform races? And then they really will be useless. So I don't know. We'll see. We have to wait and see when it comes to the creator. I'm going to go for hard tires. Not make a pit stop. Why does it keep giving me the wrong helmet? Yeah, like I said, this race has 30 players because it's been modded from a regular race. We don't know what they're going to do when they implement open wheel races to the creator itself for everybody to use. Are there 30 player box props? That's a good point, actually. The new pit lane prop, that's got 30 slots for cars on the start line. But you can also use that prop in regular races, so that doesn't really give us any indication. So this is how it could be when open wheel races get added to the creator. This is a proper track. This isn't just Rockstar I mean, now at least now you're getting to see the difference between, you know, a Rockstar created circuit and a community created circuit. The only thing, because these are modded jobs, you don't have any tyre wear indicator. Obviously that will be a thing when it's released. No tyre wear or damage indicator, but yeah, it's gonna exist. You can't use open wheel cars in existing stunt races or land races, no. Which I don't know why. Why didn't they just... It's a new class, open wheel. Why didn't they just add it as another class that you can use in existing races? I don't understand that. Although I suppose with all the tyre wear and stuff like that, needed to be programmed separately. Or they could have just made tyre wear a thing in all races. That would have been better. And you can either toggle it on or off. Like I said, you will get tyre indicators, tyre wear indicators in the creator when it officially comes to the creator. The only reason they're not in the creator now is because this is a modded job from PC. Look at that difference. I caught up loads using the cars there. Oh. Unsafe re-entry. 5-second penalty. But yeah, again, we're left wanting a little bit in terms of Rockstar's implementation of all this sort of stuff. But you can't deny that, you know, it's kind of amazing that after all these years of having a racing community in GTA, we've now got open wheel races, open wheel formula cars in Grand Theft Auto with races that involve tyre wear and everything else. Like, just the fact that it exists is kind of remarkable to me. Been covering racing on this game for 7 years, nearly. Testing cars for 7 years. And here it is. No, the pits do slow you down. It's not a slow down strip, but they do slow you down, and you have to stop in the pits to regenerate your tyres. This track seems better. Well, yeah, because it wasn't made by Rockstar. I think they'll probably add more open wheel cars. We've obviously got a late 70s and a mid 80s car now with the R88 and the PR4. I wouldn't be surprised if they released other cars as well different eras of Formula One car. These are 3.5 and 3.1 million. What the hell was that? I've still got my front and rear wing. So I'm not actually experiencing any pace problems. At least grip wise. I think tracks are going to be made well enough such that you don't need KERS. I don't like KERS, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I was going to say before I got absolutely destroyed. They could release a 1990s F1 car, like late 90s, early 2000s, that is going to be 4 million. Release a 2010s car that will be 4.5. Release a modern F1 car that's going to be 5 million. I don't think this is the end of it. Now they've got, you know, they've made a completely separate class. I don't think they would do that just for 2 cars if they didn't have plans to use it in some way in the future as well. I mean, behind me is on the right hand side as you're looking at it, about 60 models of Formula One cars through the years. They've got a lot to choose from, a lot of inspiration to draw from. They did it for the hot ring. No, they didn't. The hot ring's in the sports class. There are races just for the hot ring, but it's in the sports class like all other sports cars. These are in a completely separate class. It's the first time we've had a brand new class added to the game. Speed. People often say stuff like that. What about arena war vehicles? They're in a new class. What about special vehicles? They're a different class. None of them are. They're all in muscle or sports or any of the standard classes. So yeah, me losing all these side pods and everything in that crash hasn't affected me, because the only thing that actually affects your performance is the front and rear wing. This has been a lot more fun actually racing on a proper track. I mean, we did early F1 car racing as well, so this is no different to what we did there in that video. But it just highlights the difference between the stuff Rockstar makes and the stuff that the community can make. It's just so much better. Rip. But this isn't available right now, at least when it comes to creating open wheel races in the creator. You can't do it right now. I've only got the Rockstar races to do. This is the top speed I want the cars to have normally, without cares. That felt so much better. I think that should be the normal top speed of the cars instead of like 120 or whatever it is. The last lap now, maybe? Yeah. Last lap of the stream as well. We'll make this the final race we do on the stream. So, rounding up everything that we've done, I've showed the two F1 cars at the start. If anybody came in late to the stream, just check out this. This will turn into a video. You can just go to the start. We've checked out the cars, the modifications on them. We've checked out the Rockstar created open wheel races. They leave a fair amount to be desired. We've tried a little bit of experimenting with tyres and different wings and high downforce and low downforce and pit stops. We've I feel like we've gone over a lot in this stream. Again, none of it is absolutely concrete, but most of it is going to be pretty on the money of what everything is. When it comes to testing, don't put a time limit on me. I don't know. Testing these cars is a little bit different than testing everything else, just because of the nature of them. So many different setups for them. Tires, KERS boost, without KERS. This is how quick they need to go all the time. It doesn't really matter. All you need to know is the PR4 is quicker than the R88. You can't use these against any other vehicles. And I'm going to be coming out with a video that goes in depth and in detail on these cars. Talks about exactly what the different body modifications do, what the best setup might be, what the tires are, you know, the best tires to use, stuff like that. It's going to be a specific video just for all that, so you can keep an eye out for that. Like I said, make sure you subscribed if you haven't for all that kind of stuff. But most of the time you're just going to want the smallest spoilers on and get the better top speed. But yeah, everything will be tested. It's just I have a ill guinea pig that I need to look after. And there's MCC stuff going on as well. But I'm gonna do my best to get all the videos out as soon as I can. Stay tuned for all of that. It's not in the creator yet. And yeah, that's kind of it. It's kind of like the drip feed is all about drip feeding cars, but it's also drip feeding content as well. So because it's not in the creator yet, the interest is basically just on the Rockstar races, which leave a lot to be desired. Some of them are okay, but some of them aren't. So yeah, that will do us for this stream. I'll probably try and get a video out with the usual discounts video, an update video for the week, and then I might try and get a general sort of like a really quick. I was thinking I might get sort of a really quick how open wheel races work guide video out. I don't know whether that would be useful to you guys. Maybe like 2 minutes long or something like that, that just explains how it works, the different nuances, without going into crazy detail about what is actually the best setup. I'll explain that there is a different setups with the cars. Just so maybe there's a level of everybody is on the same page, know all the information quickly, and then you can wait for the actual testing to know the results of the things that are left up in the air. But yeah, please don't keep commenting on my videos saying, where's the testing videos for the F1 cars? People do that, it stresses me out so much. Well, it doesn't, because I don't really see, if I see it and I know that I'm stressing about it, I can't right now. I've got a sick animal to look after. But I'm going to try my best to get as much done as I can. God damn it, you guys. Demolition R with the $4 Australian dollar super chat. Thanks for that. Maybe see if better high downforce or what that's what I'll be testing. Why is the R88 slower? It's got less engine power and less grip. That's how it's been programmed. It's an older Formula 1 car. They've programmed it to be slower. Thank you guys, all of you who are members. If you want to be a member, if you want to get early information about these cars, for those who are YouTube members, I when I've done the testing for these Formula 1 cars, I'll be posting them as a community post, all the results before I actually make a video. So if you want that, feel free. It also supports me, and you can get, a little Snoopy next to your name and all that kind of other perks. Click the join button to find out more about that. Thank you everybody down below for all of the super chats and the donations. Thank you all for watching. Next stream will be on Saturday with the podcast, and I think we've got a regular stream as well for Patreon supporters, Twitch subscribers, and YouTube members as well. And then we've got 5M on Sunday. Sunday's stream on Twitch is 5M. If you enjoy my streams, by the way, you can feel free to follow me on Twitch as well. That's where I stream all the time. These YouTube streams aren't as often, but yeah, 5M on Sunday, because we've got a break week for the Multi-Class Endurance Championship. There's no MCEC races this weekend. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully it was helpful. And I'll see you at the weekend or in a video later today if I can get one out. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.